It's true. DNC
Or a
ENT.
2005 tick.
Yeah, or a 2005
Not
tick.
2025.
I, to this day, hate the Stu price. We gave up a first to manufacture a first-round pick to draft Stu. The Pelicans traded up 10 spots. And DNC ENT, that's if you like a guy and you know and you're picking at 23, you know he's not going to be there. If you're willing to die on the hill for the guy, I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either. I mean, if it's your guy, it's your guy. Go get him. So I don't hate it, but we'll see if it works out for him. It's a bold move, Cotton. We'll see if it works.
I haven't cared less about a draft than last night. Well, Pistons didn't have a pick. So who was good?
I was tuning in and out. I didn't watch it, sit down and watch it, because I don't care. Pistons don't have a pick. I don't have any rooting interest. But it was good to see people go anywhere. I'm kind of happy with Jace ending up in Orlando, and I'll tell you why. I was going to have a serious Orlando hate watch this upcoming season, but they traded Cole Anthony, and they brought in Jace Richardson, and I like Desmond Bane, so I was like, I don't know.
Do they still have Gary Harris?
Yeah, I think they still have Gary Harris. Yeah, Spartan Dog.
Do they really?
Yeah, he might still be getting checks. He might have gotten moved in the offseason.
Well,
I don't know.
We'll double check.
I'll have to see on that.
So obviously, I'll like root for Orlando to lose when they're playing the Pistons, but I don't have to hate watch the Magic anymore. That feels good because they didn't deserve it. What have the Magic ever done to anybody other than that scumbag Cole Anthony? But now he's gone.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Cody Engel. Parking sucks at that Planet Fitness. I literally parked in front of the door, Cody. Literally parked in front of the door.
How you doing?
Yeah. So there goes that. Yeah, but anyway, though, Pistons, they do have a pick tonight. And D-Mac, who do you want him to take? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, man. That's not the lane. They are picking number 37.
Well, Neil, best available.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, that's a good response. Spenny, I'll go to you because I know that you're locked into this kind of stuff. This is where you live, the second round of drafts and stuff like that.
Let me see who's available. I know Chris sent me this list last night, and there's one kid that they talked about. Yeah, Rasheer Fleming.
Yeah, he's probably going to be the first one off the board.
Yeah, if they can trade up for Rasheer Fleming, that's somebody that I like to look at. I know they interviewed Johnny Broom. I don't want Johnny Broom. Is that –
No, I'm not.
I don't want – that's a nothing pick. I feel like that's just throwing it in – like they brought him in and worked him out.
Right.
So maybe they see something in him. But if you could trade up for Rasheer Fleming, I think that's a guy that could actually be a legitimate 3-and-D guy in the NBA. He shot like I think 39% from three last year or something like that, and he's a bigger guy, longer arm, good defender, can play out on the perimeter. So you'd have to move up, but
7'5" wingspan and 6'8".
Yeah, what's it going to take? What, 3 second-round picks to move up to get him? I would do that.
Unless they want him.
I would do that.
Yeah, unless they want him. For me, real quick, Chaz Lanier from Tennessee.
Yeah.
40% three-point shooter, one of the premier shooters that's in the draft. I like that he's 24. I like thinking he's, in the grand scheme of things, kind of small, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. But I would be excited to see what you could do with him with the ball in Cade's hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's a second-round pick, dude. Like, it's literally a Keno ticket.
Yeah.
You know when you're at the bar.
You don't got hopes for Bobby Klitman?
I don't know.
What's their biggest need in the G League?
I think. Yeah,
What's a Motor City Cruise?
No, I think if you can get one of these guys, and there's the French kid out there too, Noah Penda, like that is somebody who, again, you're going to see the second round is going to be full of guys like Rasheer Fleming and Noah Penda that are these 3-and-D forwards that are going to be able to be versatile guys. If you get one, then you got a damn good player that's going to be a part of your rotation for a little while, but it's normally like 2 or 3 out of the entire second round that actually turn into something. So you just got to pick the best one.
But that brings up a great point. Aren't you like at 37 if you don't trade up or have somebody specific or whatever that you're looking for? If it's a name you haven't heard of, that's not a bad thing.
No,
right?
no, it's not a bad thing, but that's how people judge it. Like if they
I
do take Johnny Broom, everyone will go crazy. They'll be like, oh, what a great pick.
But you know what you're gonna get. You know all these guys. This might be like, is there that guy over in Europe? Is there this guy playing somewhere else in some other league that we don't know about? Maybe this is a time where that, you're trying to get that late round that nobody's seen. You've seen everybody over here.
I think there's 3.
Because the point of the matter is it's a second rounder, late second
in
rounder.
the NBA.
That what percentage? 3% evolve? 5,
maybe,
10%?
Maybe not even.
10%.
But
Like,
I
that's all I'm
think
saying.
there's three schools of thought, right? There's you get the project guy, the big that isn't quite, skills aren't refined and stuff like that. There's that angle. There's the European angle, like the draft and stash guy, where you draft him and then you leave him at Real Madrid for 2 years, and then he comes back when he's 21
Draft
or
and
whatever.
stash.
Yeah,
Draft
like
and stash.
there's that, and then there's like
What was that Italian guy we got a couple years ago? I'll think that.
On the
Guido Sarducci.
Giuseppe.
Gigi Batome.
No.
But, and then the
I don't
third
know,
one is
Giuseppe Ravioli.
the third one is like the Chaz Lanier.
Yeah.
Right? Like is a highly skilled specialist at what he does. It's what he does. He shoots the basketball, comes off screens. Like that's it.
But that's what you're looking for. You're looking for somebody to plug and play. If he's
And
a
he's
guy
24.
that can play 10 minutes, right?
And he can shoot it. So why?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm kind of in that camp.
Then that makes
Gabriel
sense.
Posita. That's who I was thinking of. As draft and stash. Yeah, and where the Pistons are right now, I want to take a shot on one of these guys that could be a wing in the league. Like that's the other option is these guys that are all tall and have long arms, like long wingspan for how big they are. They're going to be a prototypical wing in the league, and maybe they'll be a good player. So,
But how many? But see, like Spenny, how many wings can you take that aren't shooters?
yeah,
How many can you have?
I mean, when you got Fred Vincent, you got to trust him to turn an average shooter into a good one. Like that's why you brought him in.
I know, but in the meantime, though, like,
Yeah.
and remember too, like, D-Mac, the reality has changed for the Pistons now, especially given the events of what happened with Tatum, Halliburton, the injuries and all that stuff. It is amazing how in the NBA, how hard it is to pull yourself out of the 15, 20 win seasons. It's hard. If you don't catch the lottery break, it's very, very difficult. The Pistons and the entire complexion of their organization changed in a year. Everything.
Yeah. We got a super chat in there from Freddie Felt. Did you read that already?
I'm finna in a second.
It was his birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday, Freddie.
Happy birthday, Freddie. You know what it was though, but and it wasn't more of the perfect storm. It was putting the right guys in charge to what this team needed. They needed leadership and coaching. They needed to be coached because they had the talent. They had the talent. They were making great picks. And then you bring Trajan Langdon in, Spenny's buddy.
Yep.
And the fact that
my guy.
he had a game plan.
A willingness to sign
he
pros.
had a game plan.
Yeah.
The owner stayed out of his way, believed in his game plan, told him that he could do it, right? And then they let the players develop that culture to whatever else. The problem with all the other teams going to suffer, they suffer their money guys. Their number one guys going down, and they don't have the backup plans or the guys around it that they're plugging and placing. And in this league, you need a star, right? So now it's insulating that star. So, I mean, the draft really doesn't, unless there's moves to be made, but that's where you can find, because what's this team made of? They're made of different guys doing different roles, right? They're not a bunch of stars. They're a bunch of workers, and they need the shooters. What makes them go, Neil? What makes them be able to play so much D or whatever like that is their quick transition and their quick boom. And they can hit the shots. That's the difference between 14 wins and 45 wins is you got
Shots going
shooters.
in.
You got shooters. Shooters were shooting,
Yeah.
right? And the pace was better, and they were coached. And JB Bickerstaff, like the job that he's done in getting them going and leading them and directing them, and then having their back. Right, because they're a younger team, so you don't hear him bark too much. But when he does, it's effective, and he's really got the ear of these young guys, and I like it. I like what they've built. I mean, God, what is Thompson? Is he 20 yet?
He's
He's
is
right
Ashar
around
20
there.
yet?
Like that's the guys are still young. Like how old's K? 24,
No, he's not that old yet.
23. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's that maturity together and stuff like that. So I like somebody who that they like, but
Kate's 23, Asar's 22.
the one
22.
thing that I know is that whoever they draft, it's like we talk about the Lions. They will be able to, the culture-wise, and be a gym rat. Whether they're a project, whether they're like the shooter, the specialist, they're gonna come in. They're gonna be ready to work.
And Chaz Lanier from Tennessee's 24. So if they drafted him, he'd be like one of the oldest guys on the team.
Not wild.
It's pretty crazy.
That is
No,
crazy.
it is crazy because it's
But you're going to
how
see that, though,
young.
in the name, image, and likeness world now.
Yeah.
Because it's more profitable. Like, if you're a second-round pick in the league,
Oh,
you'll
dude.
get $750,000 that you got to go earn. Why wouldn't you just stay at school and make $2.2 million?
Yeah.
Or even $1.5 million, whatever the
great
number
option.
is. It is a great option. So you're going to see this more and more, and that's what kind of
Like
intrigues
Hunter
me.
Dickinson.
Right.
Is he coming back? Like, what's he? I know he didn't put his name in the draft because nobody's picking that bum. Is he going to China? Is he coming back for his 12th year in college?
Anybody
Like, what's he
surprised
gonna-
Danny Wolf went that high?
Actually, he slipped a little bit compared
did?
to, yeah. Well, just because 7-footers or almost 7-footers with skill, right? Based on, they're running pick and rolls with twin 7-footers at Michigan.